What's up, y'all? Shout out to my producer, Mike Jones from Munster, Arkansas. Thank you for producing. Sending me a lot of beats throughout the week. And also, thank you guys for tuning in to the second episode of I'm Just Saying, my sports talk show. Today we start an NFL talk, and we're going to start in the NFL. We're going to start in the NFC West. In the NFC West today, I'm going to be covering all four teams, basically their additions over the offseason. Did they get better? Did they get worse? As far as the roster and overall improvement as a team, where I project them landing as far as record this year, and who I project winning the NFC West. So let's jump right into it. First, we're going to start with the 49ers. Over the offseason, they added Dee Ford, wonderful rusher from the Kansas City Chiefs. A big pickup, I feel like, and kind of a big loss to KC. I know KC didn't have much of a pass rush last year throughout the season. They did pick up the last, tail end games of the year. But Dee Ford is a great defensive end. They re-signed Kwon Alexander. Man, probably the best upcoming linebacker in the NFL right now. He has one of the largest contracts for a linebacker in NFL history. The man led the league in tackles last year. Great young linebacker, very fast, can go from end to end, sideline to sideline at top speed, and also can cover the tight end or the slot coming out of the slot, wide receiver rather, and then also the running back coming out of the backfield. So great young talent there. They pick up Tevin Coleman, which I feel like is a good running back. The Bears had something, well not the Bears, the Atlanta Falcons had something special with Tevin Coleman last year. They did have a big running back situation. They have Devontae Freeman. And so now Tevin Coleman, who probably is going to be the starting feature back in his offense, look out, he's probably going to have a good year, especially if you're a fantasy user. You like doing the fantasy teams. He's definitely a good pickup for this year. Jason Barrett was one of the best cornerbacks before his injury. Did experience a very bad leg injury. Was actually out the entire season of last year. They picked him up on a very, very small contract to try to improve and bulk up that 49ers secondary, which is honestly weak. It's very interesting to see how they'll be this year defensively. Besides Kwon Alexander, they don't have that much talent, honestly, on the defensive side. But they get Jimmy Garoppolo back. And now, forgive me if I seem to go off on a little rant about Jimmy G, but this is the same guy who started behind or backed up Tom Brady in New England. Got a little playing time in New England while Brady was out, and people just raved about Jimmy Garoppolo. Bill Belichick ended up sending him to the 49ers. Gets to the 49ers, has a quote-unquote amazing 5 games, which worked out amazing. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the stats now. This is that last, Jimmy Garoppolo's 5 games that he had compared to Colin Kaepernick's last 5 games that he played with San Francisco, and what he did when he was there. And so as you can tell, it's actually the stats mostly match and line up. If Colin's not a little better in some areas. But because Jimmy had a great 5 games, the 49ers decided to offer him a stupid giant contract here. According to Forbes, had to go to Forbes because that's how big the contract is. $27 million per season for the next 5 years. A whopping $74.1 million. I'm going to say $74 million guaranteed. Now, I know San Francisco has a large budget. I mean, being in the Bay Area, the people, the fans are going to support the 49ers, so the money is there. But $74 million on Jimmy, the 49ers are going to regret for 5 seasons. Because Jimmy G is not that type of quarterback. Jimmy G is a NFL starter at best, but $74 million guaranteed. No, honestly, I don't see the 49ers making it to the playoffs with Jimmy G as their starting quarterback. So, and it really confuses me when you have the people who say Tom Brady, the obscene remarks about Tom Brady, saying that he's a quarterback in the system, on the Belichick system, but at the same time turns around and praises porn star Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't understand. Tom Brady has a track record, long extensive career, also 6 Super Bowl rings. But still, some people, I don't know who these people are, but some people still, for some reason, says Tom Brady's not the GOAT. But I'm not going to go into a big rant. All I'm going to say is, whoever you people are out there, I know a nice lady, South Houston, she's a therapist. Go check yourself in. You need some help. You had to be going through some traumatic experience the last 10 years to honestly believe that Tom Brady's not the best quarterback to ever play the game. But that's beside the point. Jimmy G is not Tom Brady by any standpoint in any area of life. I mean, Tom Brady, Giselle, Jimmy G, a porn star. It doesn't line up in any way. So let's just get down into how I think their season's gonna actually map out. And I'll actually put it here on the screen for you. Their first game against Tampa Bay. At Tampa Bay, I actually have them losing. They will beat Cincinnati. We'll get into Cincinnati later on in the show. As the season goes on, I'll talk about Cincinnati. Of course, they're losing against the Steelers. Cleveland's going to have a nice team this year. So I got them taking the L against Cleveland. The LA Rams, of course, who are in their division, to watch the Redskins. Be on the lookout for Dwayne Haskins. I'll talk about him as well later on in the season. Carolina, they're going to take an L to Arizona. We will get into Kyler Murray later on in the show. Of course, they're going to lose to Seattle. Great team, of course, if you have Russell Wilson. I do have them winning. Again, when Arizona does come to San Francisco, just because it's a home game, I do have them pulling off an upset as well against the Baltimore Ravens. Rather, sorry about that. And I do have them losing against Green Bay. And with 12, Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he's going to have a really good year. New Orleans are going to take it over, of course. Atlanta, they're going to take it over, of course. The Rams are going to need that game late in the season, so they will lose against the Rams in week 16, rather. In week 17, I honestly got Seattle being in a great position at the end of the year. Seattle's not going to need this game. Probably rest Russell and most of the other starters by halftime if they even start the game at all. So I have their overall record at the end of the year, as you see down there on the screen, being 4-12. Again, this is my projection. I don't trust Jimmy G as a NFL franchise season quarterback. I feel like if Bill Belichick really thought that he was a franchise leader, despite what Tom Brady went and said to Robert Kraft, Jimmy G would still be a New England Patriot to this day. I don't think he has the talent. I just think he's a quarterback who shined a little bit in quote-unquote Bill Belichick's system. Moving on again, sorry about the Tom Brady rant, just had to speak on it. Moving on to the Cardinals. This offseason, the Cardinals picked up Terrell Suggs, which he is aging, but I feel like it's a huge pickup just for the locker room. The Cardinals have a lot of young guys on the offense and defensive side, so to bring in a leader like Terrell Suggs, even if it's just for a year or two, is a great move, especially after losing Patrick Peterson, who's going to miss the front end of the season for a little PED violation. So having a leader like Terrell Suggs come in that locker room is going to be huge. They also got the linebacker Jordan Hicks from the Philadelphia Eagles. Jordan Hicks is a playmaker at the linebacker position. The Eagles, I feel like, lost a good playmaker on the defensive end when the Eagles did have their Super ball running in the playoffs and honestly during the tail end of the season that year when they beat my New England Patriots. Big contributions from Jordan Hicks. So I do feel like it's a big loss, but a big pickup for the Cardinals. Again, rebuilding that young defense, adding a young linebacker like Jordan Hicks who gives you that defensive talent. When Patrick Peterson comes back, your defense is going to be, of course, I wouldn't say top 10, but they're going to be able to keep opponents out of the end zone a little bit. And then, of course, on the offensive side, we have to talk about the young phenom, Kyler Murray, the first player ever to be drafted first in the NFL, in the MLB, which is baseball for those people who don't really keep up with baseball. Never ever happened before in sports history. Kyler Murray is electrifying, to say the least. His stats alone last year in Oklahoma were unbelievable. You saw the year that Baker Mayfield's had, so you figured another year in that system over there in Oklahoma, what their head coach is doing is amazing. To see Kyler Murray thrive like that, of course, all of us at first thought it was just the Big 12. The Big 12 seems to not have defense at all. But seeing what he did against Alabama, the throws he can make on the run, how he evades people, not only to escape the pocket, but inside the pocket and have the presence of mind, keep his eyes downfield. I wouldn't dare say he has the arm talent like Patrick Mahomes. I think no one in world history has a talented arm as Patrick Mahomes. But Kyler Murray, with the things he does on the run and on the move as a quarterback, are going to be very similar to what we saw Patrick Mahomes do last year. Now, he's definitely not going to have the year that Pat had. I mean, Pat had the luxury of sitting behind Alex Smith for a year, which is crazy because Alex Smith threw the fewest interceptions the 3 years he was in Kansas City. Honestly, maybe because he only had 15 attempts passing. But nonetheless, he sat behind a quarterback who knew how to control the ball, and then boom, he came out the gate. I think it took him 8 weeks before he threw his first interception, Patrick Mahomes. But Kyler Murray, having his coach, who he had in Texas Tech, well, not in Texas Tech, but who he knew, he is from Texas Tech's Cliff Kingsbury, having that coach who's going to build that system around him, this coach from Oklahoma is going to build a system kind of have it similar to what he did in Oklahoma. That same style is going to make the offense transition from the NCAA to the NFL a little smoother. For Kyler Murray, of course, the speed alone in the NFL is crazy on the defensive side. You go from having cornerbacks who run a 4.6, 4.5 to defensive ends who are going to be chasing you in the NFL who run 4.4s and 4.5s. But Kyler Murray, I feel like is going to have a good first year. And we'll go ahead and look at how I have the schedule shaping up for Arizona next year. Again, I feel like they're going to get off to a nice little start. That first game of the year, I do have them winning against Detroit. We'll talk about Detroit later on in the season. I have them losing to Baltimore, losing to Carolina, and of course losing to Seattle, who are in their division. They will again. I have Cincinnati losing to a lesser team. I have them losing against the Cardinals. Losing against the Cardinals. I have Atlanta beating the Cardinals as well. I got them taking an L there. I got them beating the Giants, which, man, we'll definitely get into the Giants later on this season. And that horrible pick as far as quarterback. New Orleans, of course, is just going to beat the Cardinals. I have them beating San Francisco. I have them beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we'll get into later on in the season. Beating San Francisco again, and then I have them losing now. After winning 5 of the first 11 games, I have them losing now. Week 13, starting against the Rams, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Seattle, and the Rams. That tail end is just way too difficult. Honestly, for most teams in the NFL to go through a stretch and win those games against those teams who later the year are going to be looking to close out those games against the Cardinals, honestly, to compete and fight for playoff position. And so the Cardinals, man, I expect Kyler Murray to have a decent year. I don't expect him to go crazy. He may win the Rookie of the Year award. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. But don't expect the Cardinals to just come out and just run stuff just yet. Give Cliff and Kyler both some time to grow there. If you're an Arizona fan, it is a bright future for you guys, as long as Kyler Murray can stay healthy. And then I'll dive into our third team on the board, the LA Rams, man. The LA Rams had a wonderful stretch last year. Took the NFL by shock. Honestly, when they moved to Los Angeles, most people were just hoping they can keep up with the concerts that go on in LA every night. But the LA Rams actually put on a show last year, man. Where other than the Saints, they won them, and the Kansas City Chiefs, they won the most electrifying offenses in the league, probably the second most electrifying offense in the NFC, behind the Saints last year, putting up 28 points plus 4 times last year during the season before halftime. It's crazy. It's 4 touchdowns before half. I do personally think later on in the year, throughout the playoffs, I'm definitely in the Super Bowl, holding the team to only 3 points. Now I do understand Todd Gurley got hurt at the end of the year and was a little bit gimpy, and then also definitely can't take away their #1 target at the slot. Got hurt in the middle of the season as well, and so they kind of crippled them down the line. And so I don't see the Rams having as much success offensively. The crazy scores they had last year, we know how it is in the NFL. Sean McVay's a wonderful coach, wonderful offensive mind. But in the NFL, it seems like if you give the NFL just a year, these defensive coordinators, these guys do a wonderful job of figuring out how to slow down what you're great at doing. And so I do have them having a good year next year, not necessarily the same Super Bowl run that they had the year before, but definitely still a good year, and we'll get right into it. Their first game against Carolina. Again, most teams who come off that Super Bowl run are a little, laggy in the beginning of the year, so I do have them taking a loss to Carolina, who's going to be more fired up this season than them. Definitely have them taking a loss, if not a blowout, in New Orleans, who's definitely looking for some revenge. Then I have them winning the next 2 out of 3, beating Cleveland, beating Tampa Bay. I do have them taking the L to Seattle. And then I have them going on a 3-game winning streak, beating San Francisco, beating Atlanta, beating Cincinnati. I have them losing against Pittsburgh, who Week 10, we'll get into them later on in the season as well. But I think Week 10 will have something to prove to the lead at that point. Then after losing against Pittsburgh, I have them going on a 4-game winning stretch, beating Chicago, beating Baltimore, beating Arizona, beating Seattle, when Seattle actually comes to LA. And so I have them splitting their division matchup, which is going to be very key when it comes to the playoffs. I do have them losing that game against Dallas. We're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, of course. I have them having a pretty good season. Then after the bye, I have them, I have them beating San Francisco, which is basically a bye. No disrespect to San Francisco, but it is kind of like a bye. They will easily win that game, and then I have them winning that last game against Arizona because they'll definitely need it for the playoff seeding down the stretch. And as you see there at the bottom of your screen, I have them finishing the year off 11-5 on the season. And as you know so far, if you're paying attention, you have the 49ers 4-12, last in the NFC West. Thirdly, you have your Arizona Cardinals going 5-11 next year. I have the Rams going 11-5, and the division winners of next year. I believe the division winners of the NFC West is going to be the Seattle Seahawks, man. They made a few small adds. They have your boy LJ Cooler, great left end, nice young rusher, not the most athletic rusher coming out of the draft. He came from TCU, but he's a good edge rusher, good pickup to add onto their defense. Getting J.D. McKissick, gotta make a shout out to JD, from Arkansas State, gotta make a shout out to him, returning off an injury. Great third down back, great running back out the backfield. Picking up losing KJ Wright was kind of a big deal. They did pick up Cody Barnett during the draft. He was a decent middle linebacker, but he has some big shoes to fill on that defense as they lost KJ Wright. But the biggest pickup is going to be DJ Metcalf. What more can I say about DJ Metcalf? I mean, you've seen the picture that went viral. The man is a physical specimen, to say the least. Huge athletics, wonderful speed. We all know what the SEC does to wide receivers: Julio Jones, AJ Green, or Amari Cooper. The big wideouts always seem to have a good NFL career, and I expect the same from DJ, who's going in a wonderful situation, to say the least. Russell Wilson as his quarterback is going to be huge. Russell Wilson just became this offseason rather, the highest paid player in the NFL with a crazy contract. And getting that contract, I don't feel like Russell Wilson is going to be like most players, as you can tell by his announcement that he made there in this little small video.
Hey, Seattle, we got a deal.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. I'm gonna see y'all in the morning. Time for y'all to go to bed.
You can go to sleep.
With Sierra, man, I mean, what more can you say about Sierra? I mean, let's just take a moment to admire Sierra. Let's take a moment just look at the photos there. Yep, let's slide. Let's take one more. Yep, that's Russell Wilson's wife. Russell Wilson, the highest paid player right now in the NFL. The baddest wife, of course, in Sierra in the NFL. He's on cloud 9 right now, and I expect him to be on cloud 9 starting off the season. Russell Wilson is on my list to win the MVP this year. He was on the list last year as far as MVP voting. Of course, Patrick Mahomes just had an amazing season that probably will never be repeated in NFL history. But Russell, what he did last year, with probably as much as Tom Brady had over in New England as far as help. I mean, Russ didn't even have Gronk. And so the no weapons basically. And the stats that Russ put up last year, he had 100 less completions last year, but threw 35 touchdowns and one more touchdown than he threw the year before, and then threw 4 less interceptions. I mean, 35 touchdowns and 7 interceptions for you guys who are wise or good at math. That's 5 touchdowns to every 1 interception that Russ threw. And so, man, Russell's going to have an amazing year this year. He is going to be in my MVP talk. Let's go ahead and put up their schedule. I have them winning the first 2, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. I have them losing against New Orleans, which is going to be a tough outing for anyone this coming up year. I have them beating Arizona, beating the Rams in their first matchup, losing against Cleveland. The Browns, of course, just adding so much to their team last year. I have them winning the next 4 against Baltimore, Atlanta, and Tampa Bay, beating San Francisco. Actually, it's the next 6. Heading after that bye week, coming off the bye week, beating Philadelphia at Philly, beating Minnesota. Then I have them losing their second matchup with the LA Rams, splitting that series they have there, a 2-game series. I have them beating Carolina, beating Arizona, and then that last game against San Francisco, Pete Carroll, who's a wonderful coach, by the way, normally rests his players, especially if they're in great playoff position. If they're not fighting for that number 1 playoff seed, I have them resting that last week, and I have the San Francisco 49ers winning that game. But as I said before, Russell Wilson. Can we do one more picture of Sierra? Yeah, this full light pic. It's a wonderful outfit. She has wonderful. Russell Wilson is gonna have a wonderful, amazing year this year. I expect him to put up the same numbers, not a little bit better than what he had last year, having a little help back there in the backfield, and then having DJ Metcalf, honestly the best wide receiver he's ever had. Russ has never had a big target like that. Doug Baldwin is small. Most of the guys that Russ threw to small miniature receivers. So having a big target like DJ next year is going to be huge for Russ. And that's it. That's your top, the 4 C's as the NFL and NFC West is concerned, next year. Like I said, Seattle winning it. The LA Rams sneaking in at 2-11-5. The Cardinals going 5-11, and then last San Francisco 49ers with Mr. Jimmy G there going 4-12. That's all I have for you guys today. Tune in to the next episode. Cowboys fans, you'll be ready and excited for that, as I'll be breaking down the NFC East, one of the hardest divisions in the NFL, folks. So see you next week, and thank you for tuning in to our second show of I'm Just Saying. I'm out.